Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Pallet Shower, the complete serious video. Serious video? Series video. This is about my temporary shower that I made in my warehouse. I put together that video about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Received a lot of views and a lot of questions, and I didn't expect it. So after that, I turned around and I made a second video and then a third video. And then after I was watching the questions roll through, I kind of realized, hey, maybe YouTube's not recommending these other videos to you. So the way this video is going to be broken up is the first part will be kind of an overview and kind of how I connected the shower and what it is and whatnot. And this is an important part of the video because it's going to show you how probably most people would connect this shower and get it up and working. The second part of the video is going to go into more detail, and I'll get underneath the shower and I'll kind of pick out improvements that I made after the fact. And then the third portion of the video will be to kind of show you how I made it a little bit more permanent, and also how you could put this in maybe a basement as well. So I've been getting a lot of questions about that. And please make sure to like and subscribe to this video and my channel. It really helps me out. I put a lot of work into this, and if you like this content and you like some of my other content, that would really help me out. Also, I may add some additional videos about the pallet shower after this. You never know. A question may come up and I may make another modification. I mean, I thought I was just going to make one shower video. Now I'm on like my fourth, so never know. If I do add an additional video, it will be at the end of this, or, you know, it's something you can click on for an additional video to view, or it may be in the description on this video itself. So as those subsequent videos come out, I'll go ahead and add them there. All right, let's jump into this. Enjoy. So I've had a goal for a while to own my own place where I've got either a big ass RV garage, or I've got a warehouse attached to like some living quarters, that sort of thing. But it's tough, man. I'm in California and it's expensive. I mean, right now I'm renting a big ass warehouse, but it's not mine. I mean, all the money goes to the landlords, right? So I've had this goal for a while to actually kind of start my own place so that I'm not paying the man and that sort of thing. So what I'm kind of doing right now to save money is I'm actually staying in the warehouse. I know. It's bad. But no, honestly, there's a lot of people that are in this sort of situation where they're actually trying to save money and they own their own business, and they'll actually just kind of do whatever it takes to do that. So in order to do that, I had to figure out one thing, right? Where do you take a shower, man? Yeah, so I figured it out, right? So I figured it out. And here's what I came up with. Are you ready for this crap? Are you ready? Are you ready? Here it is. The pallet shower. Huh? Can you see it? Shower, pallet, down below. You can't quite see the pallet, but you'll see it in a second. That's been my solution. I figured it out, man. It took a little bit to get it done. I had the idea in my head. I literally went through 5 handymen trying to get this done because it was kind of this unique problem. They couldn't figure it out. My dumb ass, who doesn't have any of the tools, anything like that, did it. All right. I'm here to show you how it works and what it's all about. All right, so here's what this is all about. This is a freestanding shower similar to what you would put in a house. It's all one piece, and it's sitting on top of a pallet, and the whole thing is sitting on a pallet rack, if you can see that. So the pallet rack, you know, I feel like you could get away with something else. You could get away with something maybe from Costco or something like that, you know, just some sort of industrial racking. I've got it single bolted into the floor, but honestly, I don't think you need it, you know? I mean, it's just, I think you can get away with much less. This is just kind of what I had, and so this is what I did. Now, I came up with this idea, obviously, because I needed to take a shower, but it took like 4 or 5 handymen that I blew through in order to do this. So, and they gave up. So I actually had to end up doing it myself. And I didn't have any of the tools. And that's kind of why I hired a handyman, because they got the tools. I figured this would be an easy ass job. But for some reason, thinking outside the box it's not some of their forte. So I had the idea. I ended up having to do it myself after the 5th one walked off the damn job, killing me. So I did it myself. So don't judge. I'm not Bob Vila. I just did it quickly because I needed a damn shower. But here's what this looks like on the inside. It's got your shower head. You know, if I was a champion, I would have hooked that up. Lowe's shower head, standard drain. You know, it's got my accoutrements. It's got me fluffy shower thing, but it's a shower, man. It is literally a one-piece shower. It has a shower curtain up here at the top, and I just drilled this directly into the frame here. The frame's literally a fiberglass, so I had to drill it in there, or else, you know, it just doesn't hold the tension. So I had to drill it right through the back. So I guess, you know what, how do I get my water? Let's take a look, I'll show you. Okay, so this thing is literally hooked up to a washout sink. So right here at the washout sink, you can actually hook up a garden hose. And instead of hooking up a garden hose, I got this 4-piece spigot unit off of Amazon. Then I just hooked up a straight garden hose directly from this to the shower head. And I'll show you how it's hooked up in a second. The other spigot here goes to a little washer that I've got. You know, that was another problem I needed to figure out in the warehouse, is a little portable washer. So I've got that all done. But, you know, I've got these 2 other empty heads here. You know, part of the reason that I've got it is that I could turn on the water and I can, you know, coffee, something else, whatever. I really didn't need 4, I really needed 3. But for some reason, these spigots or these dividers or whatever you want to call them, they when they get into 3, they spread out like wide like that. And so you get one that shoots here and there, and you know, one down the middle, and it wasn't working for me, so I got the 4-piece one. But really all I do is, you know, I turn on, I've got my hot and cold water, and you know, I'll turn on some hot water. I'll turn these off, and I'll just let it run, and I'll wait till it gets warm. And then when it gets warm, I turn this other spigot, which goes directly to the shower, because it's just a garden hose hooked up to a shower head. Close that, give it a little extra juice, and there we go. And let's go to the shower. So here we are in the shower. You can see it's lightly running. You know, the big puzzle that I had to solve with this was this little push button thing. I had to figure out how to be able to get in and out of the shower and turn the water off, because the water's way over there, so you don't want to get out wet and have it running and that sort of thing. So this was the key, this little button right here. And that just starts and stops your water flow. So that was the key with that. The rest of it, if you can see, it's just a garden hose with a couple different adapters, and it's just hooked into your standard old shower head there. So that's how that works. This all comes off, so you can use it just like a normal shower. It drains, you know, just like a normal shower. And I'll shut off the water here, and I'll show you how it drains. I just release the pressure. There you go. So this is the other part of the puzzle we need to figure out, is where does the damn water go, right? You don't want to run, you know, plumbing or anything like that, because that's super ass expensive. And this is a temporary thing. This isn't like meant to be here forever. So what I did is I grabbed a Barker 42-gallon towed-along gray water tank. Now this is the same thing you would find in an RV or something like that. It's available online. It's available at a lot of the RV places. It rolls. It's literally this handle, and it just rolls. So when you're done with the water, you can literally take it out and dump it. It dumps right from the side. So the side is like an airtight seal, and you just pull up on the little lever, and then it dumps all the water wherever you want to dump it. But yeah, so that was the other part of the puzzle, is how does it drain into there? I haven't had a drop of water spilt, by the way. So this is tight and it works. Under here, we just ran a little bit of PVC pipe just to get it to the open top on this tote. And that's it, man. And as far as showers go, I can literally go about a week before I have to empty this tank. So it's great. And now I'm not running showers that are, you know, like the typical ones you would run in a house, right? Like you just don't leave the water running forever. You literally go ahead and you soap up, you know, hit yourself with some water, soap up, turn off the, you know, hit the little button, turn that off, and then, you know, turn it back on when you need to rinse, that sort of thing. So they're pretty controlled showers, but you know what, man, it's a week before I have to do anything with this. So, you know, I think this sort of thing is great. It would be awesome for, like, you know, somebody that wants to do, you know, a remodel or something like that. You know, that they're remodeling their bathroom. If they, you know, want to live in the warehouse just like me, I guess they could. But yeah, this is a great temporary solution. You know, if you want me to go more into depth on it, you know, make some comments on it. You know, I'll talk about, you know, some of the individual details. I'll talk about maybe some stuff I would have done differently, you know, and that sort of thing. So let me know if you dig this. Make sure to like and subscribe. Please, please, please click like and subscribe. You know, that's the beauty of my channel, is you're going to get some weird ass stuff like this that isn't necessarily reselling, but it kind of has to do with it, you know, because I mean, you know, what if you want to save up for a house? What if you want to save up for a place to live, you know? I mean, it's just another way of kind of pinching your pennies and, you know, being able to do that sort of thing. And yeah, so this was a great solution. And like I said, man, 5 damn handyman. I finally just did it myself out of rage and stinkiness. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hey guys, what is up? I am back and the pallet shower is with me. So it's been about 5.5, 6 months since we did the last video on the pallet shower, but the pallet shower has been on quite a journey in that amount of time. It is actually been relocated from California to Arizona, where it is right now. I had to disassemble the whole thing and reassemble it, and it's still working like a champ. So it looks like the video about 5.5, 6 months ago was really well received, and it has a lot of comments, a lot of views, and the #1 question I've gotten is, what sort of improvements would you make or did you make after the video? So I thought I would do a follow-up video here and show you what sort of improvements I've made, and if I can think of anything else I'd like to do, I'll let you know, but I've made a lot of those improvements. I'll also maybe talk about some parts of the pallet shower in detail where I didn't really go into that before, especially the portion underneath that it drains into. I'll kind of show you how that works, so you got a little bit more detail on that. But yeah, should be a cool video, so hang in there. You can jump anywhere in the video you like, but we're going to start off with improvements. Hey guys, all right, so first improvement we made here is we stabilized the shower head. If you remember from the last video when we put the shower head in, we literally just drilled a hole right through the fiberglass, stuck the pipe in there, and it just kind of balanced. Now that's not ideal for, you know, if you wanted to hang a shower rack on it or anything like that, or, you know, it just doesn't keep the shower head in place that well. It was fine for the time being, but we wanted to get a little bit more rock solid. So here's what we did, and I'll pull this back a little bit. We used a lock washer and a regular washer, and we spun it all the way up the pipe as far as we could go, as far as the threads go, to lock that in place. And then we ran it through the fiberglass just like usual. And then here's the back side. The back side, we added a coupler. If I said that wrong, I will correct it here on the screen, but we added this gray plastic coupler, and then we connected the hose with a few adapters to that coupler. Now the pipe, which you saw earlier, this pipe on the front runs directly into that coupler. So that takes up the slack between the fiberglass and the lock washer and keeps a nice tight fit on that shower head. So that was improvement #1. Okay, improvement #2. We had a little bit of a leak. And it was because I bought a cheap hose and it got a little pinched, And so we had a little bit of a leak. So improvement number 2, we improved the hose. And we used a annex hose, a hose that goes between the 2 hoses to join them together. Now you don't have to do that. You can do a little heavy duty hose if you want to, but we were only trying to span like a 10-foot distance. So we just used a nice short hose that was heavy duty. And this is what it looks like. And this is what it looks like attached to the back. Now, like I said, this is a heavy duty hose, so it's a little stronger. It should last. It's short. It's only about 10 feet. You could go with a longer hose if you wanted to. But this little curved black supporting portion of the hose keeps it from kinking and bending. And it's been really great so far because it keeps that kink out of there that causes the bulge, and then I think caused the failure in the original hose. So I would look for a heavy duty hose with that sort of attachment near the area where it would thread into the back of the shower. So that's improvement number 2. All right, so improvement number 3. Now this improvement went beyond my skill set. I had to have my buddy's dad do this. You could probably have a plumber do it, but I'll show you what we got going up here in the warehouse. Now this was in the new warehouse already. It is a small water heater, very small. It's about a quarter of the size of a regular water heater. Now what he did is he patched into this using this Shark PEX tube. That can be found at Lowe's, Home Depot. He used a red for hot and a blue for cold. And then he ran it down here. And he made a little faucet for me. So it's got a hot, cold. So it's got a hot side and a cold side. And then it's got a master valve in the middle. So if you get it right where you like it, you can go ahead and just twist that valve, and that will open it up, and the water will run all the way over to the shower head over there. So that was a big improvement because, man, it was cold shower wise in California during the winter. I don't think I'll have that problem in Arizona, but man, if it does get cold, it's going to be nice to take some hot showers. So that was a major improvement. And like I said, that was beyond my skill set. That took my buddy's dad. You know, you could get a plumber involved to probably do that. But like I said, we just used this temporary Plex plastic tube, and it's doing a great job so far. So if you guys remember, the shower drains into a 48-gallon Barker tote-along tank. So it drains from the top all the way down through a little PVC pipe here in the pallet, and then down into this tank, and it drains right into the top. This tank actually ended up failing on me, or at least the old tank did. I used all kinds of Flex Seal to try and fix the problem, but man, as you can tell by the photo, it did not work. So this is a brand new tank. Now, right before I got the new tank, I got this. It is a little snap-on gauge that goes on the top of this that tells you how full the tank is. Now, when I got my original tank, it didn't have this thing right here. But the new tank came with it. So I had ordered it separately, so now I've got a backup. But anyways, the way this works is as the tank fills up with water, this little red stopper goes up to the top, and when it reaches the very top, your tank's full. So that is something I added earlier, but it was nice to see it comes with the new Barker totes. And it's been great, man, because you know when you are full of water and when to take it out. And that was the last and final improvement that I've made. So the next things we'll talk about is just kind of some of the pallet shower in detail. And really probably what I'm going to go over is really kind of how the bottom works, how this tote drains, and also how the water is connected to the top of the tote, so that way you can move it out and empty it without having to, you know, detach pipe and all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'll show you how I do that, because I think that that would be something kind of handy for you guys to know, and then you don't have to figure it out on your own. All right, so I want to show you one part here real quick before we go underneath and I show you how the shower is connected to the Barker tote. This piece right here is what I used to connect the two. Now, I didn't use the entire thing. I actually cut it right here. And what this is this is the waste disposal hose. It comes with the Barker tote, and it's used to transport waste from an RV into the top of the tote. So what I did, and I'll show you this when we get underneath, is I cut the hose right here. And what that let me do is that let me just use part of it. It lets me create a nice tight seal on top of the Barker tote, and then it gives me a flexible top, so that way I can feed the PVC into the flexible top. And so the PVC doesn't need to go all the way down into the tote. And you'll see this when I get underneath. It just goes right into the sleeve here, and it guides the water in because it's around the PVC pipe. And then this tight fit around the top keeps it from leaking, so nothing leaks at all. But I wanted to show you this hose in its entirety, and like I said, it comes with the Barker tote. All right, here we are underneath the pallet shower. You can see the PVC pipe up here, and it basically just does kind of a comes down from the top and makes kind of an L, and comes over here and drops in. And here is that piece that I was telling you about. So like I said, the PVC pipe just slips directly on the top of it. This just kind of guides it into the tank, and it creates a nice tight seal on top. So when I want to remove this and it's full, all I do is I give this a twist right here, and I lift it up, and then I roll the tank forward, and then I just take it off the back. And that's the piece right there. So it looks like in all its glory. But that's just how I attach it and detach it and get it in and out without having to run PVC into the top of this hole at the top. You can imagine if I had to do that, kind of what a nightmare that would be, trying to get this in and out. So that's what makes it slip in and out real quick, and that's what gives it its nice tight seal to guide the water in. All right, so I just showed you how to detach it from the shower. Now I'm going to show you kind of how it pulls out when you need to empty it. So you just grab by the handle, give it a pull since it's already detached. And you can see right there on top, that's where the water drains in from the shower. I just go ahead and put this on and cap it like that. And then I just, pull it and roll it wherever I want to. And then when I'm ready to drain it, on the side here, it's got that same cap, and then it's got this little lever here. And so when you're ready to drain it, you just take it to wherever you want to drain it, unscrew the cap, and then you pull this upwards. That little chute will open up the tank, and then you let it drain. And then just to drain it all the way out, once you get it out there, you can go ahead and unscrew this and take this off, and that will release the air pressure so that it drains even faster. But that's how easy it is. I mean, it's been great. And like I said, other than that fail on the last tank, it's been a great tank, and so far an awesome design. All right, guys, I hope you liked that video. I put my heart and soul into it. But anyways, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow it. If there's anything that I forgot, list it in the comments. I'll take a look at them. If I need to do a third follow-up video, I'm happy to. Just let me know. Or if you have made any improvements yourself that I didn't think of, I would love to hear it. But yeah, all right, guys. Like I said, like, subscribe. Let's do this. Talk to you later. Bye.
So after I made the initial pallet shower videos, I noticed a question kept popping up for me on YouTube pretty repeatedly. And the question is, how do I adjust this so that I can use it in a basement? I totally get your concern. There is no way you're going to be able to haul a wagon full of water up a bunch of steps and outside. So good news, I came up with a solution. I've been testing it the last couple months, and it's worked great. And the solution is, I went to Home Depot and I bought a metal water trough, similar to what you'd use for livestock or whatnot. I bought kind of a square oblong one. The one I bought is 2 feet wide by 4 feet long by a foot tall. The foot tall is nice because it will slide underneath the pallet rack, and it will slide into the same spot that the Barker tote was without having to raise or lower the rack. So if you had already done that in the past, This will just slide under quite easily. Plus, to step up a foot into the pallet rack, it is not that bad. If you start getting into taller troughs, 2-foot tall troughs, stuff like that, you'll probably need to build some steps on the way up to get up there. But totally a choice of yours. This trough in particular happens to hold more water than the Barker Tote did. And it's not leaking at all. It's holding the water great. I mean, that's what it was made to do. So next question is, how do I drain it? Okay, so to drain it, what I did is I bought myself a submersible water pump. And that submersible water pump hooks up to a garden hose. So that's really what you're looking for when you buy a submersible water pump, is one that can be hooked up to a garden hose and actually has a cord itself that just plugs into a standard, electrical outlet. So the submersible water pump just now lives in the trough. I just leave it in there. The hose is already connected to it. And then I just leave the plug on the outside. So that's how I drain it. And then so once a week, which is about how often I need to drain it, I just go ahead and plug it into my extension cord and the pump starts up automatically. The hose, sometimes I coil it up and I put it in a bucket. Other times I just leave it, extended across the floor, leading to the outdoors. And then once you plug it in, the pump kicks on and, pretty forcefully delivers the water. It will empty the tank in about 10 minutes or so. And as you can see, the water flow is pretty strong. And yeah, it's been working great. I mean, it's actually kind of nice not to have to haul off the the tote, and this has been a great solution. Maybe the only other thing I changed based on what I've done is I might go for maybe the round one, maybe as far as the trough goes. I mean, it's just a personal preference. The round one might give me a little bit more extra room underneath the pallet rack for anything I want to put under there. Or, conversely, I could have gone for a longer rectangular one also that holds even more water. I just went with the one I went with because of basically the size of my car. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get it in there. So, and especially at the round one, I wasn't sure if it was going to physically make it into the back of the car just due to the width. But yeah, so this has been a great solution. It's awesome for, a basement. And then, you just empty the water outside wherever you want to empty it, whatever makes sense to you. And that's it. So hopefully that solution helps some people for, temporary showers in a basement. And thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure to click like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Show me some love. And yeah, keep an eye out for more videos from me. All right, bye.